What is happening? J Game Dude here, and I've just recently finished this anime right here called Don't Hurt Me, My Healer, which seems like the most inaccurate translation of a name I think I've ever seen, from Konohira Mendokusai, which is effectively, this healer is a pain. You could describe it as a pain in the ass, you could say that, she's being a handful. It's just describing this healer who is a dark elf that travels with the main character and does a bunch of comedy things. So pretty much this is like a comedy slice of life that has I wouldn't necessarily call it an isekai, because the main character didn't die and get reincarnated in a different world. In fact, he's always kind of like lived in this fantasy world. He's just really, really useless at everything. And in fact, he's so useless that a relatively patronizing healer that, deprecates him a lot kind of makes for a good pairing, like comedy duo. So if nothing else, I did find the humor to be kind of funny at times. And we do get joined by other characters like this mushroom, for example, who actually does join, and this ghost, to make up the party of 4. So we have a mushroom, a ghost, a dark elf healer who has, let's just say she doesn't really think about things before she says them, and the main character here, who is an adventurer that is just kind of useless and weak and can't really do anything by himself. So these two are pretty much at each other's throats pretty much the whole time. So there is a pretty good dichotomy of personalities between the healer who cannot shut up and constantly keeps mocking the main character, to the main character kind of being useless at everything, accepting some things, but also then kind of fighting back against other things, causing a bit of a squabble time and time again. The healer is called Carla, so there really isn't much to say, because not a lot happens. It's just characters adventuring, and then things just happen because Carla said something wrong to someone, and then that dragged everyone down a completely different path. Would it be a particularly good show? I mean, it was alright. I can't say that it was particularly bad, because the animation was fairly okay, like it was fairly well done. I can't say that was a particularly important part of the whole show necessarily. The main character, I thought, was actually quite entertaining for just being absolutely useless at everything, but also the way he reacts to things, how he talks to everyone. It just kind of really starts to bubble up as like, it's clear that he's like, stressed out about just being useless at everything. So it is a good time and a fun time if you're looking for a almost slice of life like experience that is really just more so a comedy between a handful of party members in an RPG based world. It's pretty much everything that the show kind of has to offer, and I don't know if that hurts it or helps it, because the concept is quite simplistic. It's just whether or not the deprecating humor is going to land for you, or you just enjoy watching two people constantly squabble at each other's throats. They don't get too like nasty and aggressive with the insulting of each other, but it's just like relatively light and tame, yet somewhat light-hearted in that sense. So I thought it was an alright show. Again, nothing particularly good standing out, but nothing particularly bad that kind of made me want to stop watching. In fact, I never felt bored as well. So in fact, that might be more of a favor to it, is that at least if nothing else, I wasn't bored, and I had a good time sitting down and watching these characters just kind of squibble. So with that being said, I think I would give this show a 6 out of 10. Because like I said, I wouldn't necessarily call it good, which I would then rate like a 7. But it's not particularly bad, and it's better than it being like white noise that I would just be sitting there staring at the TV, not responding or anything. In fact, more often than not, I did actually kind of laugh at the jokes. So that's a hell of a lot better than a 5, but not quite that of a 7. So I think squarely falling into the 6 category. So I'm going to definitely be putting that as a 6 out of 10 on my anime list. And of course, I am going to be linking the Mal link to this particular show in the description below. But with all of that being said, if you guys have actually seen the show, which Also, this is a relatively recent show as well. If you have actually seen this show, let me know what you guys think about it. Is this the kind of comedy that you kind of vibe with? Because for me, kind of, yeah, I do like this sort of comedy. So do share that in the comments below. And if you actually did watch this show, you know, to its entirety, hopefully, let me know what you guys think about it in the comments below. Like the video if you liked it, subscribe to the channel. I'm aiming for 300 subs by the end of the year, and I do upload every day, so I'll see you guys tomorrow.